Hello, everybody, and welcome to another mock draft. Another Saturday, another mock draft. I think we're probably going to do this weekly at this point. Hope you guys are having a good one, having a good weekend. This will be our fourth mock draft for the SportsEthos team. And I think we're about a half and half mix at this point, half contributors for the draft guide and half people that we grab from the street. Half normies. Two of those, including my brothers, Brandon and Sean. So hello, Brandon and Sean. I know Sean's very excited to see me do his team name, which you'll see in a moment here. I am going to throw this up here on the screen, though, if you guys haven't already checked it out. Our draft guide is live. It is absolutely intense and amazing. I actually published a piece last night about 5 sleeper QBs that I'm very, very excited about. Had some ADP information in there. Some indicators I think are going to be something we look at for people that for quarterbacks that are later in the draft. I mean, obviously, if you want to jump on an early quarterback like Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts or Josh Allen, there's obviously no problem with that, and that's where those guys should go, somewhere in like the second to third rounds, probably. And if someone slips to the fourth, absolutely grab them. But if you don't get a QB there, where do you grab your QBs? And you grab them late, and so those are 5 guys that I'm really high on this season, just based on the work of the other people that have done great work here at this draft guide. Defensive rankings I used, offensive line rankings I used, point differential, all this different stuff that's in that article. So I'm very excited about it. We are going to start here in a few minutes. I'm just waiting here for my my expert analyst. He is going to jump on. But while we're waiting for him, we can absolutely randomize this draft order. Cheers. It's just coffee, not Irish coffee. I wish it was Irish coffee. That'd be kind of fun there. But we can randomize this draft order for you guys. So let's just go ahead and throw that up on the screen here and see where we land with stuff. Haven't given a draft order yet. Let's see what happens. As you can all see, I hit the randomized order. Looks like we have Nathan going first. Squiffy going second. Cole's going third. Fish going fourth. Shane going fifth. This is Sean, actually. Thank you, Sean Ryder, who did our wide receiver report articles, many of them. He's going to be going sixth. Here's the one that you all want to see me show them, meet them TDs. My brother Sean, who's an absolute idiot. And then here's our resident analyst here, Mr. Jamie Macquarrie, who looks like he's going to be going 8th. My brother Brandon is 9th. I'm right behind him at 10th. I'm not sure if I've drafted from there yet, so that'll be exciting. And then we have Arnold going 11th. And another guy here, Kenny, it's Orange Baby. You should follow him on Twitter also, but does DFS work for us for NBA. He actually has a best ball podcast I should be releasing here pretty soon. Should have done that probably before, but just a brief little rundown of what we're looking at this season. But yeah, grab your drinks, grab your popcorn, grab all that good stuff. We will get started here momentarily, just waiting here on our resident analyst. But this is a 12-team PPR league, obviously, 12-team PPR, and let's go ahead and enter that draft room. Pretty excited about this one. It was our first mock draft was a PPR. I can actually throw up that, since I'm the owner of that, throw up that draft here if you guys want to see how everything went there. I'm not sure if there's specific things we're looking at. Actually, I don't know if that's going to show on your screen. Sorry about that, guys. No, it's not, of course. I'm not sure if there's a specific things we're looking at here, but either way, this was going to be a fun, exciting time. So let me go back to this draft room. There we go. All right. Our resident analyst should be joining us any moment. Just go ahead and pop in here. I'm going to go ahead and go on mute for a moment here. Enjoy. We'll be back momentarily. All right, and we are back here. So I hope everyone got your popcorn and your sodas and all that ready. Mr. Jamie Macquarrie has joined me here. Hi, Jamie. How are you, man?
I am extraordinary right now, I would
All
say.
right.
I'm super caffeinated. I even have a rock star going already, so ready to amp up.
All right. I'm just going to go ahead and pop this in here too. If you guys do have any questions while we're doing this, any specific questions, just make sure you hit us with in the comments. Make sure you do give us your league settings and also your league size. That would be very helpful for us because obviously there are some things that change if it's a best ball or daily moves or 12 team or 18 team or all that good stuff. So, all right, guys, we are going to get this thing started though. Our guy Nathan is first up here. Let me go ahead and hit start on this and we're going to be underway. I'm excited. Does it say, do you want to start? Yes, of course I do. There we go. Okay. Nate is on the clock here. Let's see what he goes with 1-1. I mean, Justin Jefferson, probably the guy we're looking at here. McCaffrey. Oh, he goes Jefferson. So there you go. McCaffrey goes second. Not surprising at all. And you end up getting the 8th pick, by the way, Jamie. I randomized.
I've just learned that live. Yep.
Excited about that pick. How do you feel about that position this year?
I'm cool with the 8th pick. I think it's the end of a tier, and it kind of takes some decisions off the plate and allows you to go, okay, these are the 2 reasonable picks here. I'm going to take one of them.
Yeah, and then of course you have to back that up with the snake style with a very solid 2nd round pick. So I don't mind going 10th either. Same reasons. A lot of choices at that front there. I know we had our draft guide show, and some were on McCaffrey, some were on Eckler, some were on Justin Jefferson. I mean, there's a lot of 1st round picks that people are excited about. So
yeah, and this full PPR format, you got to think about dump offs to the running back and how much more valuable those are, especially in a single QB league. So I feel like the QBs might go a little later in this draft, but we'll see.
And there goes Travis Kelce. So he's number 5 off the board. Pretty standard. I mean, he is a massive, you're the tight end guy, so I'll let you talk about that. Massive advantage having Kelce as your tight end, obviously.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I personally prefer to start with a receiver or a running back than a onesie position if I can, including quarterback or tight end. But you can't go wrong.
Yeah. And it sucks to be you, Sean, because your team name doesn't show up on the screen, but his team name is Show Me the TDs. Show Me Your TDs, I think it is. So, yeah, you don't have to say that anymore. Sean picks Tyreek Hill, and you're on the clock there, Jamie.
Okay, so this is one of these picks that when I click him, I'm like, all right, it's an okay way to start. I have this player in my longest standing dynasty league, so let's do it one more time. Stephon Diggs.
Just going to load up on some Diggs shares. That's fine. Here's my other brother, Brandon, now, who is picking 9th, 7th, and 9th for those guys.
Is that actually your brother, or are you using slang?
No, that's my actual brother.
Oh, what up, Keith, brother?
5-year younger brothers. What am I, 31-year-old brother. And my other one's a 29-year-old brother. Oh, gosh, I'm bad. I'm a bad brother. Saquon Barkley goes to my brother, Brandon. Leaving me with a guy, I mean... I just want to take it because I'm so excited by everything I've read in our draft.
You're taking Bijan, aren't you?
Yeah, that people have written about in our draft guide about him, and just love the opportunity there in Atlanta. Yeah, I'm taking Bijan. That's what I'm going with.
That's what I thought you were doing.
I'm super excited about him this season, so it's a good one. I like it.
Yeah, it's a fun pick, man. Yeah, I did a dynasty startup, and it's a super flex league, and I was able to get your boy, but it's our boy, really, Justin Fields. I have him in every dynasty league, so I have had a Fields Bijan start, and I was excited about that.
That is a great start. I love that. 2 guys that can absolutely get the ball, with their legs down the field. Okay, CeeDee Lamb, Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb come off the board. No real surprises there, right?
No, that's solid. Yeah. In a full PPR league for me, Chubb is downgraded a tiny bit. There were other players I would have taken over him, but he's so solid.
All right, so Amon-Ra St. Brown goes next, which I really wanted, so that's a bummer for me. And I'll explain why in a minute here. Since I don't have any shares of him, really, I think I'm going to go with some Garrett Wilson here.
Hello. Heck yeah, I'm a huge Garrett Wilson guy this year.
Yeah, it's good for my first, my wide receiver one, I think. But yeah, I wanted Amon-Ra St. Brown. As I was saying before you hopped on here, Jamie, I did some research last night in our draft guide, which again available to everybody out there. Go snag it up. But looking at some of these indicators of what you think, there's always a middling QB or QB that you just kind of overlook that rises up and becomes a top 10 guy, and you get him in like the 10th round, and like that's just so good. You can't beat that. So looking at some guys, and Jared Goff is a guy that's definitely on that list for me. So I was looking at some maybe on Ross St. Brown there, but oh well.
To stack or not to stack? That is the question for me here. Because your brother took Mahomes, that has freed me emotionally to go ahead and stack up.
There you go. And you could take Josh Allen over Mahomes if you want to stack, I think, right? I mean, that's not
you can
totally out of question.
There's one skills position player on the board that I think I would overvalue, or I would value over taking either quarterback, and we'll see when that player goes, and I will reveal that player. So that was my call there.
Yeah, but going back to that QB article, the Jared Goff, I think a guy that has a lot of indicators, just a weak defense, so he's going to have to put up some points to stay in games. His offensive line pretty darn good, pretty solid. So just some really good stuff going there. Okay, Ramondre goes at 2.6 to my brother Sean. Pretty standard, nothing too surprising there.
Jared, just to comment on Jared Goff, I think he's never going to go high in drafts, and you're always going to be able to bank on getting him. I would say if that's your plan in a draft, maybe grab him in round 9. But that's a great way to stack up at the skills positions.
And I want to say, go read my article because I have the actual data there, but I want to say the last 8 years, his lowest, he only finished outside the top 12 once. So, that's kind of pretty crazy. And if you got for a guy you can snag in like the 10th round. So
straight up. Yep.
So we've got Jacobs, Pollard, Derrick Henry come off the board. So a bunch of RBs here. Getting a little bit of an RB run.
Yeah, none of those 4 players are the player I was wrestling with when I picked Josh Allen. So
I doubt he'll come back to you. So we'll see.
He will not. He will not. He will not.
If he does, you'd be really, really surprised.
So I know we've discussed it before on other live streams. Is young Dougie the other resident Seahawks fan? Is that Sean?
Yes, that's Sean. Yep.
Right on.
Yep. So we got Devontae Adams, AJ Brown coming off the board. A couple wide receivers.
So there he is. The player I was wrestling with was AJ Brown. I would have taken him over every single player that's went since Josh Allen in a full PPR.
Fair enough. There goes Jalen Waddle. So quite a wide receiver stack there for Nathan.
It's beautiful. I need a moment. Can we pause the stream? No, it's beautiful. It's a wonderful start.
Jefferson and Waddle. That's not bad. Not bad at all.
Yeah. Much like John, I'm a huge Waddle guy. I think this time next year he's a first round pick.
Breece Hall goes next at 3-1.
Okay. Yeah.
Looks like we're getting so we've got quite a few RBs coming off the board here early.
And that's fine with me.
Squiffy is up. I think Squiffy's one of our maybe people we grabbed via Twitter or maybe via Discord. So sorry, Squiffy. I'm not sure who you are. I think you've actually been in our first mock draft with us. So there's Olave, though. He picks Olave, which is a good pick, obviously.
What up, Squiffy? I like your picture. You got a Russ sitting on the sidelines for the Broncos wondering what's happened to himself. So big ups on the picture. We still love Russ in Seattle, but we do enjoy some of the comical stuff that's happened since.
I'm missing all of these comments. I'm sorry to throw this up. I got my
Yeah, we haven't been looking.
Shane says he's probably his first time going Kelsey in the first round. Just doing something different. I like it. Mock, that's what you should do. Shane also says that Bijan should be a top 5 guy in August. I agree with that one for sure. Najee Harris comes off the board there. I know Coles is also high on Bijan.
Yes, he has his RB1, I believe.
And we've got Marshall saying he's 5th in his 12-team PPR, strongly considering Kelsey too if he doesn't get Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, Eckler.
In best ball, it's the 105 or the 106 as far as underdog drafts that you got to grab Kelsey. So nothing wrong with that. That's kind of in line with what folks are doing.
Keith is a huge Lions fan. It's what Cole says. I'm not. I'm just high on Jared Goff. Can I just clarify that? You can be what does Mike Fiddle always say? Oh gosh, I can't even think of the words anymore. I protect my bankroll. It's something like that. It's not that, but it's like that. Yeah.
Yes. No. Yeah. He's not loyal to a team. He's loyal to his bankroll.
To his bankroll. Thank you. Loyal. That's
the Fiddle.
Forgetting that word.
That's the Fiddle philosophy. Shout out Michael Fiddle, please. If you're not following him on Twitter, do so.
Yeah, he is a very smart guy. Okay, there goes Jalen Hurts. That was kind of the last of the T1
great value
QBs. Yeah,
great value at the 306. Having to take Josh at the 205 to get a stack and knowing that Hurts was there at the 306, that hurts.
Yeah,
you see the pun.
I do. I hear it. I don't see it. I hear it though.
Well, you feel it. Though. You feel
I
it.
feel it in my bones.
Right on.
Okay, I'm eyeing somebody here. Let's see if it makes it down to me here.
A little early on Samuel, but hey.
Yeah, Debo's. It's my brother Sean going with Debo, Ramondre, and Tyreek is his build so far. And now we've got our guy Jamie on the clock here. So yeah, if you guys aren't out there, do go grab our draft guide. Absolutely, very smart people like Jamie in there. Go ahead, Jamie. Sorry.
Yes, thank you, Keith, for calling me smart as I just am on full tilt for anyone to see. Yeah, so I'll break down what I'm thinking here. Just these running backs, I don't want to reach on this next tier. ETN, Walker, Gibbs. Like if you have your guy, grab your guy. In a full PPR, there's just receivers I'd rather have. I'm going to go ahead and pass on my boy DK Metcalf to grab someone else. I think that could be a wide receiver 1 this year, and that is Amari Cooper.
Fair. I like that. I do have him in a dynasty league where I've got a bunch of old guys we just drafted this season. So I like that for sure. Hopefully he does stay there. Now, how do you feel about if Hopkins goes and joins them in Cleveland? I know the rumors are he's going to go to probably the Patriots, but what if Hopkins ends up there? Does Amari still have a route to wide receiver 1?
So I guess my overall advice in trying to figure out DeAndre Hopkins and how to factor him in is just assume he's not going there and draft accordingly, but it's just too tough. If he does go there, I think it downgrades Cooper from having the ceiling of the overall wide receiver 10 to maybe the overall wide receiver 14, but it might even raise his floor a little bit just because of the coverage that'll be going D-Hop's way.
So I'm up on the clock here. I kind of don't want to think about the position anymore, and that's why I'm leaning towards Mark Andrews.
I like it.
And I'm pretty sure that's what I'm going to do here. But I think if I were to do that, it would be Metcalf. But I'm going to go ahead and lock in my tight end right now.
Yeah,
try to get that edge there.
Yeah, especially full PPR. They have more targets now. They got more weapons with the rookie Zay Flowers, and Odell Beckham Jr. I guess is showing up. He'll be in the locker room at least, but
yeah, he'll be there. He'll be around. Joe Mixon, 311. We'll see about that one.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Jury's still out on that one, literally.
That's nice. That was better than my pun, Keith. Pun of the day so far.
There's Metcalf.
Great value. Is this our boy Kenny?
Yeah, this is our boy Kenny.
What up, Kenny?
Best ball aficionado. Lots of good best ball stuff for him as well. Yeah, he's got Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb, Metcalf.
Yeah, I like Kenny's start a lot more now that he got Metcalf. When he took Chubb, I was like, I'd much rather have Amon-Ra, Wilson. But now that you got Metcalf, cool. You got a nice, strong 1-2 punch at RB there, Kenny.
And there goes our next tight end there in Hawkinson, and then we got Calvin Ridley next. And I'm on the clock here. Let's see.
And all these RBs, Keith, that I was considering at the last pick are still chilling.
Yeah. I'm debating on... I think I want to go... Let's see. Who do I have? I don't have a solid grasp on who I want to go with, but I think I want to go with... Man, this is tough.
You could take Cole Kmet here. Just make sure you get him.
I should back up my Mike Andrews and make sure I have tight end just totally locked down.
Just good advice to anyone. You want to start reaching for your tight end too around this time.
Yeah, right. No, that's not the advice. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Kenneth Walker.
Solid, man. Solid.
I'm gonna do it. Go with the Seahawks guy. Why not? My brother Brandon's on the clock here. He's got Saquon, Mahomes, and Gibbs. See what he backs that up with here.
Yeah, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
But yeah, obviously, guys, go check out that draft guide. We got so much good stuff. Offensive line rankings, like I said, stuff you wouldn't even thought of. These guys have thought about it. I like our offensive ID cards that give you guys a breakdown of what each team's going to do in terms of pass versus rush, their play composition, RPOs, just kind of a little breakdown of like a 1-sentence breakdown of what that team stands for on the offensive end. So just so much good stuff, man, and really learned a lot here. You went with Etienne. So talk to me a little bit about that one, man.
That's not a Jamie pick. That's not a Flying J brand pick. But it's great value. I think at the 308, other people would have been considering him. He's still here at the 405. The reason I don't love him this year is because I'm a huge Tank Bigsby guy. I think Tank Bigsby, the rookie, is going to start taking early down work from ETN a little early. Might be something like a 67-33 split. So maybe it keeps Etienne fresh, though. So at this point, in a full PPR, I don't mind getting Etienne as my RB1 at the 405.
Yeah. All right. We have Kittle coming off the board there. So we're on to our, let's say, our fourth tenant off the board.
And I will say in a full PPR, Kittle gets a slight downgrade because he has huge boom weeks, but then there'll be weeks where he only gets, 3 targets, unlike Hawkinson, who's just a target monster coming over from Minnesota. His numbers kind of match Kelsey there in this one as a Viking as far as just pure volume. So slight downgrade, but I'm still a Kittle guy. A little high there, though.
All right, let me go check in on Lions Keith. Coles is still talking smack to me. If you guys do have a question, do pop it in that chat there. Please do. We will go ahead and answer it as best we can. Coles, you can't ask any questions. Don't do it. No, but you guys definitely ask us some questions there. Give us your league settings. Give us your how big your league is. We'll try to answer for you. Watson goes at 4-7, and there's my guy DJ Moore joining the shame there. Who has Higgins, Pollard, Kelsey. I think what I'll do is, at the end of this round here, Jamie, just get ready for it. I'll ask you which team kind of has the best start, you think? So we'll give it another 4 picks or so here. Hollywood Brown goes next. Aaron Jones, who's another guy I was considering, goes at 4-10. Aaron Jones, interesting. Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon. Who are you drafting on that team? Who do you like better at their ADP?
Even at his ADP, definitely Aaron Jones. I think that team's going to run through him. And I've been vocal as a Christian Watson guy, but as the process starts to play itself out, I have a 25% best ball share in Christian Watson. I'm going to chill a little bit because that offense, Jordan Love, we don't really know what he can do. So I think being able to get Aaron Jones in the 4th or 5th round as a potential, even if it's a RB1 for your team, I think that's very safe. I definitely like the pick of Aaron Jones there at the 410.
All right. Cadet Chet is asking any advice for auction drafts. Kind of any general, I guess, feedback for auction drafts?
Yes, auction drafts were my first love. Those are my baby. My main home league, shout out BBHJ. If any of you guys are watching, but we always do an auction draft. What I used to do is I would literally take my $200 fictitious budget and I would outline, okay, here are the 3 players I'm willing to spend 50 or more on. And then here are the players I'm looking to spend 15 to 25, just as a rough outline, but just kind of have an idea of what you're doing and don't get overexcited and go, oh no, don't worry about bidding people up too much. You don't want to end up spending $52 on, a player you didn't really want just because you got excited. So have a plan and try to follow through.
We have Nathan. He backed up his Lamar Jackson pick with a J.K. Dobbins pick. So that's a little interesting there. But you can feasibly do that, though, at the Baltimore Ravens, right?
Yeah, I got a lot of best ball teams where I took Dobbins as my anchor RB in the 5th or 6th round on Lamar teams. And if you're playing best ball, you got a really nice stack with Waddle here for week 17. So if Nate made it to the championship game in this fictitious league, he would have Dobbins, Lamar, and Waddle all playing in the same game, which will be a shootout.
And I love that. We do also have some content for that as well. I know Jason worked on some of the content for just who has the most, agreeable playoff schedules when you come to the fantasy playoffs. All right, Jamie, we're about half the way through the 5th round, so a little late here. But whose build are you digging so far outside of your own, of course?
It's got to be Nate, man. I love Nate's build. I will shy away from Breece Hall a little bit, but the ceiling is sky high. So when you start with Jefferson and Waddle, and then you back that up with Lamar and Dobbins, that's like a 9.7 out of 10 star right there, with the 0.3 being Breece Hall's knee.
And Shane obviously does great work for us as well. He says Aaron Jones is the perfect RB1 to go after 3 wide receivers in the first 3 rounds for that specific team. So, yeah,
I agree.
I think that's probably right.
Straight up, no, I agree with that.
Well, we'll say it sounds right. We don't know if it's right. We don't have any crystal balls here. So,
okay. All right, Keith, don't talk to me for 20 seconds.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. This is a big swing pick, man. The 5th round is always interesting. Oh, I got my guy. If he's there still. I refuse to tilt.
I should probably start looking at who I'm going to pick next. That's a good point. I think I have my guy too. You might steal
him. Well, we'll see if I do. But this is a post-type sleeper of sorts. I guess last year we were actually pumping up another receiver on his team who's going in the double-digit rounds. But this man blew up towards the end of the season, which I actually wrote about for SportsEthos. And that is Jerry Jeudy.
Yeah, nice.
Is that your guy?
That was not the guy I was eyeing, but one of the guys I was definitely considering. Yeah, and so I don't dislike it at all. But I am eyeing another guy here. So we'll see if it sticks here. We've got one more. My brother's going to pick here before me. We'll see if he's still around.
I would advise everyone drafting it to just remind themselves of the roster configuration. So we got a quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, and then 2 flex spots. That's interesting. I like that build.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to go with Brandon Ayuk.
Okay. I have no shares of him, and that's not because I don't like him, but somebody else always likes him more than me.
Yeah. I think it was Brian that was on the Draft Guide show who was really high on him. He did a lot of our wide receiver, work there, did the rankings, and I don't believe he did the targets projections. I think that was Shane, but either way, someone talked him up, and I've been riding him ever since. So we'll see how that works out for me.
I really like Arnold's last 2 picks, I gotta say. Also, young Dougie was a huge Ayuk guy, my Seahawks boy.
Maybe that's who it was then. Could have been Sean who worked on a lot of our stuff here. I'm just going off what you guys said because you guys have great work. Our draft guide is fantastic. Again, I am mainly a fantasy basketball guy, just getting back into fantasy football after a long hiatus. But these guys have really coached me up on stuff, and just reading their work has gotten me to the point where I feel pretty confident against just some casual people. The people on this are not casual. I will tell you that right now. Even my brothers are not casual. So this is a pretty competitive draft here.
Not Casual is a great team name. This ain't casual, folks.
This ain't one of your casual corrals. Okay, we got Goddard and Swift and Pierce came off after my Ayuk pick there, and we'll see Arnold's back on the clock. He's got 14 seconds to pick. I should probably start thinking who I'm picking next.
Arnold, I'm starting to love that draft, man. That's looking good. Javonte, you got 3 running backs, bro. Okay, I gotta see you.
Getting his RB3 early. Well, he does have Mixon in there, so maybe he's
back.
Yeah, maybe he's taking that into account that he may miss some time.
Hey, man, I was a huge Javonte fan before that devastating double knee injury, so let's all cross our fingers that we get to see the kid's so explosive. Keith Cork.
Yeah, who am I? Okay. I'm eyeing somebody. I've got somebody in my mind. Do you know who it is?
Singing a song a little bit?
I'm going to go with the rookie here. I'm going with Jackson. JSN.
Okay, JSN. You're starting to plant a flag a little bit. You're taking – anytime you don't take him, I take him in these ethos drafts so far.
I just like the name. I don't know. It's just the JSN. Jackson Smith. Yeah. It is a good name there.
Here's a – yeah. Okay, so here it is. So Pittman, solid pick. I'm going to take a player here that I was actually just in a Twitter debate recently with some of my best ball bros. If you guys are watching, what up? And this is a player that a lot of people love. They think he's going to get all the volume in his new location. I have been I'm just going to say, Miles Sanders. That's who I'm taking. I've been a big Miles Sanders guy for a long time. We'll see what he does without the offensive line of the Eagles. But they're going to be a ground and pound team. I think he's an exceptional talent, and getting him as my RB2 at the 605, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, I would definitely be considering here if I didn't already have, Kenneth Walker and Bijan, but I think Miles Sanders is definitely nice here. Let's see. Arnold says he would have picked. Jab pick was tough, but I wasn't sure if I was going to get him next time around. Javonte.
Fair enough. Get your guys.
Yep, get your guys. Kind of at the point in the draft now where we get that Sanders snipe. Yep, there you go. Shane wanted Sanders too, so
that makes me happy. If I'm sniping Shane's guys, I know I'm doing something right.
And Nathan also says Sanders, so we've got some Sanders love going on in here. Lots of Sanders love from the Ethos crew.
We love Booby Sanders.
There goes Cam Akers. There goes my guy Justin Fields. Round 6.
Hold on, bro. Okay, at the 606, I love that. Yeah, it's really. I think Fields has a chance to. I don't know. I don't think he can finish overall quarterback 1, but it's in his range of outcomes. So getting him here is that's the best pick of the draft so far. Being able to wait that long, stack the other positions, and get Fields at the 606 is beautiful. Oh, Herbie at the 608. Yep. Okay, I like that.
Fields with Herbert still on the out there in the field. What do you feel about that? Going Fields over Herbert.
I personally have Fields one spot ahead. I have Fields as the overall. Actually, I have him 2 spots ahead. I actually did my QB rankings recently, and I have Fields as the QB5, QB6 is Burrow, and QB7 is Herbert for me.
Awesome.
Oh, Burrow's gone. When did he go? With the 502. So again, just great value on Fields and Herbert.
Starting to see some QBs come off the board now, so obviously that's somewhere we can look. I've got some thoughts there. Once I do snag a guy, I'll go ahead and mention them. But we have Pitts come off the board there. I think that's a guy that people are overlooking because he's burned so many people in the past. But what are your feelings on Pitts this season?
Yeah, you kind of nailed it. I like to look for these players that are on they're on somebody's never again list. In your league, there's going to be somebody who got burned by Pitts last year. He's downgraded a little bit in a full PPR league. At this point, he's kind of a big play guy. He's not a possession style tight end, but that could change. Hopefully they open up the offense this year a little bit. They were just so committed to the run, but I wrote about it in the tight ends piece that I did for SportsEthos, which you can go check out. $4, I believe $4 a month for the premium pass. So literally, it's ridiculous. Please just go do that.
Yeah.
I would recommend that. But
he's absolutely cheap. Yeah.
So cheap. But Pitts is cheap this year too. And so that's why I like him, because people are still they're baking in the disappointment of last year, and you're getting him at a value.
Yeah, $4 for that NFL pass. If you guys want to, it gets you access also to the people on our Discord. Get you access to the Q&A sessions. We're going to be doing start sits, all that good stuff. Once the season gets a little closer, you get just so many good goodies with that. And then also the $7 all sport package gets you access to everything in NBA and MLB and NFL. So a little $3 extra more per month. And if you play all those fantasy sports, you'll get the leg up on those as well. I know our basketball content and our baseball content is crushing it this season. All right. We've got Mike Evans. We've got Trevor Lawrence came off the block here. And then we've got Alvin Kamara all coming off. Okay. nothing standing out there for you, or does anything stand out for you there?
I like okay as an analysis. I guess what continues to stand out is in this format, the QBs are a value. I mean, Trevor at the 703 is good value.
Yeah.
I like Mike Evans as a sort of pseudo version of Tyler Lockett when nobody wanted a piece of the Seahawks offense last year, and he's falling to the double-digit rounds. I was able to get Mike Evans a little later than this in one draft, but I'm still on Evans. Christian Kirk at the 701, solid. Again, Nate just kind of cleaning up.
Yeah. We have Pacheco, Treylon Burks coming off, and now it's my brother Sean back on the board, who just took Justin Fields last round. We'll see where he goes with that. Pacheco, I know Shane has talked a few times with us about how he's high on Pacheco. I know a lot of people are, so 7.5 for him seems nice.
Yeah, for sure. He doesn't get a whole lot of the high value targets and touches. My boy Jerick McKinnon gets a lot of the work through the passing game in the red zone, so hopefully they start to include Pacheco in the red zone a little bit more. But he's a bulldog. He is Sonic the Hedgehog.
Everyone loves Sonic,
right?
I just watched that movie again recently, the second one, the real life Sonic.
Did you really?
Yeah, with my son loves those movies. So.
Oh, that's cool, right on, man. Oh, what up, Sean? I see you're gonna snag my boy. That's okay. Actually, Quentin Johnston, who I planted my flag on, does get a slight downgrade in full PPR because he is going to be a bit of a field stretcher to start his career, I believe.
There you go.
Okay, I'm on tilt. No, I'm not really. I'm not really on tilt. I got a guy here.
Tilting.
I got a guy.
Oh, you son of a dog.
I am.
That's what I was looking at next. I do want to get a piece of that Minnesota offense. I just think it's going to be so good. Their defense is not very good, which is one reason I think they're going to have a really good offense. But so many targets there.
Exactly, dude.
Our guy Kirk Cousins. So, I like that Addison pick a lot. Was like eyeing him here.
As you make your pick, I'll just let the people know that. So Adam Thielen, if you're Thielen lucky, a great team name, he had a 15.3% target share last year. So people are saying there's nothing left for Jordan Addison. It's a pretty big target share. Not a lot was done with it because I do think that Thielen's cooked. Sorry, Panthers fans, but yeah, I think Addison could be top 24 receiver second half of the year.
Fair enough. Okay. I'm going to go with Dotson. Going with Dotson here.
Solid.
Fourth wide receiver off the board. Yeah, not too exciting. It's fine. I'm not super excited about it.
Some people are pretty high on him. He was a 4-year college player. His metrics didn't scream star, but he surprised. He was a real red zone weapon in his rookie year. So Ooh, there's my non-guy, Darren Waller. Of course, it would be you, Arnold, that would take Darren Waller. I love it.
Darren
Come
Waller's
at,
one of
let's
those.
go. I want the Waller Bros to come at me in the comments right now. That's actually not the worst value, but I would still rather wait 3 rounds and take somebody like Firemouth and take Waller there. But
My co-host for the Bulls pod wants to know if I have the worst team so far. The answer is no, Trey. No, I have the most mediocre team so far. Thank you very much. So
what up, Trey Hill? Thank you for that.
Yeah, how do you? No, good guy. If you guys don't follow the Ethos pod, Ethos Bulls pod, go do that. We do some good work over there. Also, don't put out too many shows. We're only putting out maybe one every couple weeks, maybe every month. But I mean, it's the off season, so that's how that goes. Probably once a week during the season. So we have Joku and Deshaun Watson coming off the board. There's a guy, Dak Prescott. I'm now on the clock.
Yes, you are.
And I think I want to. Okay, I think I'm gonna wait another round or two here. I think I can probably need to snag another running back. If there's any good ones out there, I am tempted to take a certain wide receiver for the upside.
Do it.
Not super excited about any of these running backs.
You're thinking about taking George Pickens, aren't you, Keith?
No.
No, okay. Would have made better theater if you said yes, but that's fair.
No, I'm not. All right, you know what? It's a mock. Why not? Let's go. I'm going with Kadarius Toney.
Okay.
Probably a little early there, but yeah, I think the upside. I mean, at this point, looking at upside. So
I would say, man, like at this point, that's your first bench player. Oh, someone took the Muth at the 804. I see. All right, we're gonna push up these tight ends, aren't we? You know what? F it. I'm going against my own brand here. Well, because if we got Firemouth flying off and I filled out every single position, and I got a little stack with Travis Etienne, I'm going to go ahead and take Evan Ingram here. Right. I don't love it, but if we're taking Pat Firemouth in the 8th, I'm not going to like the tight ends that are going to be left. So.
Well, that's the beauty of these mocks in every draft. They always have their own imprint, right? You kind of have to go where the other drafters go. There's a run on tight ends here. We had 3 of them picked in the last 5-6 picks. So
exactly. So
yeah, might as well grab them here. You're probably not making it back around to you.
Every draft is its own living, breathing, happening entity right now. That sounded kind of like sci-fi and creepy, but you know what I'm saying. So you kind of got to roll with the punches. You don't want to take hardline stances just because you wrote about middling tight ends for SportsEthos. You don't want to then be like, I refuse to follow the tight end run. I'll just wait for whoever. No offense.
Be like water, as our guy Bruce Lee says. Okay, my guy Sean, my brother here, is on the clock. We have 2 Seans here, but this is my brother Sean. We have a Sean, and a Shane. Went with Lazard. There's P. Ryan.
It's a little high for P. Ryan, but hey, in a full PPR, I see a path to him being an every week starter for sure. That's kind of a bet against Javonte Williams. So that either someone made a bad pick, either Arnold or our boy Young Dougie. So we'll see how it plays out.
We'll see. We'll have to see.
We'll have to.
Let's see here. So we've got David Montgomery coming off to Shane.
Great pick, Shane. Great pick. You know that was a good pick, Shane. You're aware that that's great value. There goes Pickens.
Oh, my 2 on Pickens. Yeah, Pickens was the other guy I would have considered, obviously, back at 8-3.
Gibby. Free Gibby. Free Gibby. Come on, Ron Rivera. Let the boy play. He's very talented.
We're going to come back around. I still don't have a QB.
Keith Cork.
I don't have an RB3. So that's what I'm looking at right now, just seeing what other people do. Looks like RBs are coming off. So we'll see. We'll see which way I go.
Looks like there's a certain stack over in New York that could be available to you.
Now I have to wait a minute. Okay. Yeah. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I do. Charbonnet. That's a guy that everyone's
hired. Oh my God. Okay, so Nate's officially won the draft. That's just signed, sealed, and delivered. Beautiful. I'm looking through it too, and there's not a pick I don't like as far as the way it balances out. Beautiful draft. It's a 9.9 out of 10. Give this guy his flowers.
Nice one.
Oh, and he takes flowers. That was
you saw that before.
that
you
was
said
all that was all instinct. I did not see it. I did
you
not,
just
I'm
saw
afraid.
the word and it came out of your mouth. Dalvin Cook goes next. Not signed to a team yet, but could be going to the Patriots. Cook comes off the board after that, and then Dalton Kincaid. We're cooking now. 2 cooks. See?
Yeah, that's fun. That's fun. But back-to-back cooks. Too many cooks in the kitchen. Cooks.
But Gabe Davis goes next. Rashad Penny.
All right.
And my brother Sean's back on the clock here.
Oh, I'll take my boy.
Who's your boy?
We'll find out.
I'll have to find out soon here. Next minute and a half. We'll be finding that out, guys. If you do have any questions, again, hit us in the comments. We will answer those as they come up. Give us your league settings. Give us your depth of teams, 12 team, 15 team, 30 team. All that good stuff. Elijah Mitchell and there's a chain. Comes up. Oh, it's your guy. That's you. You're the guy.
Yeah. Devon A. Chain, man. He is perfect for the system over there in Miami. It's just by the way, I love McDonald, the coach for the blanking there for the Dolphins. Just such a fun guy. But that run scheme he brought over from San Francisco is perfect for a small speedster. He's basically a young, not fragile yet version of Mostert. He's explosive as heck. So Echane's gonna have his day this season. Good bench stash.
I'm looking at RBs myself. Not loving any of it, honestly. But I think I'm going to go with Jamal Williams. Going with Jamal Williams there. He's my RB3. Now, Arnold. Arnold's on the clock. That's who it is.
It was Mike McDaniel I was trying to think of, not McDonald. That's a defensive coach for the Ravens. But yeah, he is a smart run scheme coach.
Yeah, a lot of people are high on Shane, so excited to see what he'll do this season. There goes Dylan, who was the other guy I was possibly considering there, to Arnold. And there goes my guy Kirk Cousins, who I was hoping to snag here. Come back around. It's not going to happen. He goes to Kenny.
Do you have a quarterback, Keith?
I don't have a quarterback yet.
How many do we have to start a quarterback in this league?
Yeah, we have to have at least one. I'm going to snag probably one, and I'll probably talk about one, and then one that's going to go undrafted. I think I can snag for later in the season.
I'm so curious.
Well, just talking about some of the stuff I looked at, and I'll pop that open here so I can give you some stats and some ideas about what's in that draft guide. But there's a guy I'm looking at that's most likely going to go 99% going to go undrafted. That I think you can snag probably later in the season. All right. So Khalil Herbert goes next. That's fun. Who am I going to grab here? There are some good names. Still some wide receivers I like. There's your guy, Adam Thielen. Should I snag him?
Not.
I should not.
He could be the target leader in Carolina, but it's going to be really spread out with all those veterans and Mingo, the rookie.
I'm just going to go Brian Robinson.
Yeah. I would say I'm just going to go with Brian Robinson as something that I've uttered a couple times. That's how it is.
It's not sexy, but it'll get the job done. So.
Yeah. The 1003. There's nothing wrong with crossing your fingers and just drafting Brian Robinson.
Got 2 B Robinsons here, so that'll be fun. Okay, so we've got my brother Brandon on the clock here. He just picked Cortland Sutton and Freiermuth and Brandon Cooks. He goes with Jacoby Myers here.
I'm going to go ahead and trade this pick.
I'm going to trade out.
I'm going to trade down.
Future firsts.
Because I'm going to reach a little bit. And this is a redraft move. I would never do this in a best ball league. In a dynasty league, of course, you definitely want to do this. But because, like I said, I had some questions when I took ETN, and he did have a foot problem at one point. I believe it was a foot. I'm going to reach like a couple rounds and take Tank Bisbee here. There's no one else I need. I need myself Tank to feel secure with this roster. I want him there. And if somebody else gets cute before the 11:08, I'm just going to take care of it now.
There you go.
So come at me in the comments.
I like it. Yeah, come at me in those comments. Do let us know how we're doing. No, but do check out that draft guide. I know I've been badgering you guys about it, but just such good work in there. So many good, smart dudes. Hopefully women at some point. If there's any women out there that do contribute for fantasy football, please hit me up. I would love to get some diversity in the squad a little bit more. So, but yeah, we are looking for contributors also. So hit me up on Twitter at Ethos Keith. You'll see it on the screen there. We'll pop open this article here. All right, so let's see. We had Sky Moore, Shaw Bateman go, Elijah Moore.
Ooh, Bateman and Moore are much better picks than Bigsby in a vacuum for sure. Good value there.
Some wide receivers coming off. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Maybe about we're in the 10th round. So
this is where champions are made, Keith. Rounds 10 through 14 are my favorite thing about life.
Yeah, I don't feel like I have outside of trying to reach for the ceiling on Kadarius Toney, I don't feel like I have a lot of reaches here or a lot of like high upside picks, honestly. Probably a middling team.
you should try a build for the rest where you only take players you've only kind of heard of.
Just some just kind of heard a little bit about this guy. There goes Juju to Fish there.
Enjoy him, Fish.
Enjoy. Fish, one of our brilliant handicappers, by the way, our wager pass. He does actually have some plays in our draft guide. Some of the guys in the wager pass are putting their plays in our draft guide for the team pages. So he has some, I believe, team wins, overs, and unders. I have some player props in there. I have over for Kirk Cousins for sure, who's already gone. So I don't need to talk about him anymore. But his passing yards, I think he's going to go over absolutely. So with Dalvin Cook not there, Jared McKinnon goes next. Michael Thomas after that.
The ultimate question mark in fantasy. Worth a dart throw at the 10-11 here for our boy Squiffy.
Squiffy. Dalvin Cook 9-2. What do you think? I mean, are you rolling the dice? I mean, that's pretty late. Why not? Right. But
I don't
where
think
would you take him.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you've asked me this question. I don't think he's quite as cooked as he's being made out to be. He's going to go to a situation where, the team who gets him already had a running back plan. They're going to integrate him into it. They're not going to, work him to death with 250 carries. So I think at the 902, fantastic dart throw. I think it's great value. He's starting to really drop. I mean, even when he was first cut, he was still going in the 4th to 5th round. So totally worth it there. I actually took him in a best ball league recently. It's somewhere in the mid 60s and felt fine about it.
And it looks like that same team actually snagged Hopkins at 411 too, which is interesting. So 2 guys that don't have teams just yet playing those odds there. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Squiffy's a gambler, you can tell from his team.
Sure is. Dalton Schultz goes next, and Nate's back on the clock here at the turn. We're getting into round 11 here. If you guys are just joining us, do make sure you like and subscribe this page, by the way. If you like and subscribe the Sports Ethos page, you'll get notified every time we go live with these mock drafts. I think we're going to try to do one every weekend. We'll see how that goes. Might have to skip one here or there, but absolutely love to do this every weekend with you guys up until fantasy football season.
I think I've fallen in love with Nate platonically through his drafting. Dalton Schultz has been my guy when I wait for tight ends, and then getting Tyler Algier. I think he could be a kind of weak flex option with Bijan healthy, maybe a little better, but obviously a kid in his rookie year that put up, I believe, over 1,200 rushing yards. And then they took Bijan with the 8th overall pick. If Bijan, anything happened to him, knock on wood, you got yourself an RB1. So Nate's just cleaning up. He is locked in. He must have gotten like 14 hours sleep.
He's the only one that came prepared. Odell Beckham finally goes there, your guy, to Fish there.
I cannot wait to debate Tank with you as well, Mike. So let's do that. That sounds fun.
But yeah, I mean, it's the 11th round. Odell Beckham, why not, right? I mean, maybe he catches some of that lightning in a bottle. Maybe he stays healthy. Not a huge risk there. Harris and then Kendry Miller goes next.
Kendry Miller's a great pick there. I made a ridiculous claim during our last mock draft about him being a top 18 running back in the second half of the season. I was just feeling real cute. But the kid is super talented, and that is a great value pick there.
Tim Patrick goes next. Guy a lot of people forgot about.
Looks like it's my turn.
Because of injury. Yeah, you're up.
Okay, I think I'm going to trade this pick. No, I would in a redraft league when I invest a second-round pick in Josh Allen, I would not usually take another quarterback. But this late in the draft, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to imagine that there's actually trades in this league. There isn't. But if this player hits and someone needs a quarterback, someone's going to pay. They're going to pay up for A-Rich. So getting him.
I'm pretty surprised he goes that late. I have him. I think he's probably going to go a few rounds earlier in most leagues. Probably 8th, 9th round, somewhere in there.
And he's probably just going to be eating a roster spot for me for a while. But the upside this late, as far as just the value I'd have on my roster for trading, and just looks good.
A lot of people are high on him there. Absolutely. I do need a QB still. I know you mentioned the stack in New York, but I'm going to go with my guy, my lover, as Coles will say. But I'm going to go with Jared Goff.
That's your lover,
which I absolutely already talked about in the opening here. If you guys are just joining, though, I think DraftKings has him around 4,300 yards for over under, and it's like 23 touchdowns, I believe it is. So, again, no finish outside the top 12 within the last. Only one finish outside the top 12 in the last 8 years.
Oh, okay. Everyone in the Yahoo chat, I need everyone to just take a moment and understand that Keith just called Jared Goff his lover. Wow, it's blowing up here. Yeah, exactly. Shane, I think Tank's gonna siphon a lot of the goal line work. I think he could end up with 8 to 10 touchdowns, and if you're taking ETN in the 3rd round, that's not going to feel great.
Adam Thielen goes after my golf pick there, my lover. Rashid Rice goes next. Nico Collins, and then of course Arnold has to take the 49ers defense because he already espoused his love for them and how he has to draft them early. So there you go. 49ers defense goes off the board there. I mean, I'm pretty sure what I'm going to do here already. Oh, what am I doing? Man, Mingo's. I could go several people here that I like.
Yeah, it's a tough spot. There's all kinds of dart throws and fun guys to grab.
Yeah. I think I'll go. I'm going to double up. There you go. I got Goff. I got Laporta. Okay. There you go.
Wait, hold on. Okay. All right. So you have Andrews, but you're going to go ahead and stash the rookie just for the stacking fun. And why not?
Maybe Aaron just gets hurt and then, I have to go ahead and put Laporta in. That's fine. And I think what I'll actually do also is I'll grab someone else here, a third tight end, which I'll explain once that happens, but probably won't be.
All right, Keith Cork. I think that in your average home league, you're dealing with your work buddies. Laporta is a player you don't probably have to draft. You could grab him off the waiver wire, but this isn't your home league. So we know that Laporta is, I think he's going to be, I think he'll be at some point in the year, a top 12 tight end, startable every week player.
If I'm high on Jared Goff and I'm thinking that he might, pop off and give us another top 6 QB, season, which he has, maybe Laporta does turn out to be a target of his. Darnell Mooney goes next. Yeah, go ahead.
You're thinking Goff about to pop off. Mooney was my target, so nice pick there. It's hard to differentiate some of these players, but there is a player who I think is going underdrafted. He plays in a prolific offense. He continues to be, a top 28 receiver every year. Let's see. I got a little time. I can take a peek. What was he last year? Yes, this player is wide receiver 28 last year, so I was right about that. Tyler Boyd, just getting ignored. He's still going to get targets in Cincinnati's prolific offense passing game. So Tyler Boyd's a great wide receiver 5. You can just let him chill there. Bye week fill in. You're good. You're going to get your 8 to 10 points.
All right. So Coles has a question for you there, Jamie. I put it on the screen. Who's the best? Who has the best chance to have 2 top 10 wide receivers? Bengals, Eagles, or Dolphins?
That's a really good question. Oh man, I'm going to say. Well, what you're really doing is you're going to have to decide. Chase, AJ Brown, and Tyreek are going to be top 10. We know that. So out of T. Higgins, Devonta Smith, it's Devonta, not Devonta, it's Devonta, and Jalen Waddle, who's most likely to finish as a top 10 receiver. And I'm going to give that to Devonta Smith, just the slight edge over Waddle. I love Waddle, but he is just a target hog. And I think I'd make a slight, even though I'm drafting Waddle over Devonta. So obviously this is a good question because my mind is blown. So you really can't go wrong with taking the Eagles or Dolphins there, but I will just go ahead and go with Devonta and AJ there.
We've got Dobbs, Renfro, and Mostert next. There's my guy, Rashad Johnson. I'm pretty high on him, actually. I think, Cole's obviously a Bears guy. But I think he could sneak in there and get some touches over Donta Freeman and Khalil Herbert. So, especially as the season wears on.
Yeah, Roshan, a lot of people like him. It's a three-headed monster over there. We'll see who breaks through. But getting him at the 12-10 is just a free dart. It's a dart throw. It's a dice roll, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I like that pick there.
Singletary goes next. Got him in a few leagues as well already. So hopefully that works out.
That sounds pretty fun.
That sounds like a fun time. Daniel Jones is next QB off there with Nate.
Oh, we're starting to move here.
Mingo, that was the other guy I was considering. I took my Laporta guy, but Mingo, and then go ahead.
Yeah, I think what everybody's wondering right now, Keith, is will the boys allow Arnold to take the first defense? Oh, he already took a defense.
He already took it. Yeah, he already took it at 12-2.
Arnott, you crazy motherfucker.
Hey, he secured that defensive spot. He doesn't have to worry about rotating now. I did like that point there, especially for somebody that's a little bit more casual like me. Don't have to worry about rotating him in and out. You can actually go ahead and just snag him and not have to worry about it the rest of the season. Just the bye week. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. To a point. I think that for me, like I would rather play the matchups like when the Seahawks play the Niners. I would probably rather go find a team who's playing the Texans that week. So then you got to roster two defenses. So my philosophy is more play the matchups, not lock into one team. But when you have 8-10 teams, you're busy. It's nice to grab. It can be a luxury to grab somebody and just not worry about it till the bye week. I get it, but I don't play that way.
Yeah. Feel you on that one. Heard, as the kids say.
Thank you. I feel heard.
I should probably start looking at who I'm going to try to snag here.
I think I should too. Okay. Who's in the old queue? Ooh. Okay. Because I took a tight end that, he's a bit fragile. And my boy's still on the board and your boy as well. I'm going to grab Cole Clement. And that's a value right there. At the 1308. That's a value.
Not my third tight end. No, I'm just kidding. I wasn't going to tease him.
I'm so sorry to take your tight end 3, Keith. But
not my TE3 I need. I might have to go TE4 now to make up for that spot. That's a joke, obviously. I'm not going to do that. Yeah. There's a few guys on here that I like. Let's see what my brother does. I'm looking at 3 names. Okay, I wasn't going to go with that, so that's good.
That's a really good point by our boy Mike. Can you imagine how funny it's going to be when Keith and his family watch in Bears gear every Sunday while he's cheering for the Lions? It's going to be rough, yeah.
I will be cheering for the Lions. I do have some Lions stocks this year, so we'll see how that goes for me. I'm between Rashid Shaheed and KJ Osborne. Do I have a part of the Minnesota? No, I don't have anyone in Minnesota yet. I'm going with KJ.
Okay. I do have him in a dynasty league. I'm just letting him chill there to see what happens. But yeah, he could be a bye week fill in, and we'll see how the pie is divvied up over there in Minnesota.
Yeah, obviously a lot to be found out here as the season starts, so we'll see how that all goes.
I like Van Jefferson here. It's a good pick by our boy because there's not much over there, and if Matt Stafford can stay upright and has an arm, I like him a lot more in best ball because it's going to be hard to predict his spike weeks. He's not a possession receiver, but yeah, good pick on Van there.
Somebody did take Aaron Rodgers. Oh, it's Coles. He took the Aaron Rodgers route there. Come on, Coles.
Aaron Rodgers finally goes.
If you're going to rag on me for being a Lions fan and you're going to draft Rodgers, what are we doing here, dude? Come on.
Man, you can't draft like that. When you have a chance to take Aaron Rodgers at the 1303, you got to do it. Who did he have as a quarterback? Okay, yep, gotcha.
Yeah. Derek Carr goes there, and that's fine. I don't think I'm going to actually draft a QB. Just looking at who is available there.
Keith, you got to take a QB to back up. I know Goff's the man, but oof.
Oh no, I will. I will explain. There's a couple of guys that are undrafted. One guy undrafted I'm looking at here.
Please do.
That will most likely go undrafted. That I will be high on. But in the meantime,
I need another running back, and I know who I want.
Yeah, let's see. Oh,
Can I have him?
Oh,
I've seen Keith
was
draft
she
this
still
player.
here?
There you go. So you didn't have to make a choice. You got them
Got
both.
'em both.
Bang, bang. All right, chill out, Keith's brother. Don't take my target because there's only one guy. I'll go on full tilt if you take this player. On screen, my head will explode like the emoji. Okay, just chilling. Not obsessing. Oh, are not really wanted KJ. Who do you take? Nice, Kyler. Okay, that's fun. I see no reason this late. Does he have a? Yeah, he has Mahomes. So that's just kind of like my pick with Richardson. If he does end up playing and someone needs a quarterback, you have some real draft trade capital.
I might be trading you in this league.
Well, imagine if you could. I think when I'm doing a mock, I try to imagine as if it's a real functioning league. I'm a visual person. Okay, so this was a pure handcuff at this point. This is just if the player above him gets hurt, I think I have at least a top 24 running back. I have him in a dynasty league. I took him in the late 4th round, and I've stashed him waited, and now he's a commodity, and his name is Jerome Ford.
Yeah,
over in Cleveland.
I was looking at him also. Yeah, what other running backs are still sitting out there?
I love it that only three defenses went. So let's not draft any kickers, boys. We can do that. It doesn't.
Who's taking the first kicker? Let's go.
It doesn't make you. Somebody has to have Justin Tucker by the 12th round usually. So I'm already proud of the group. He is the GOAT.
The Jets went to my brother Sean next. The Everett there, Mechie.
Nice pick, Shane.
Oh, there's Tucker. Fish took him. Just because. Just to screw with you. We are really down in the nitty gritty now. I mean, it doesn't really matter. Most of these guys are going to get dropped anyways. So,
is it sick that I love streaming kickers? I love it. I like to try to predict based on weather factors, dome, like blah blah blah, who's going to randomly get 16 points. If I pick up a kicker and he has 16 points and Tucker has 9, that hurts you, and I want to hurt you.
So I was listening to SiriusXM Fantasy Sports the other day on my drive, and they were talking about, just kind of giving the kicker, a few incentives there with the scoring to make him actually, worthwhile, so that you're, drafting Tucker in the 8th round and he's hanging in there with wide receiver 3s. But the argument for is that, if you want to have kickers, that'll work and that'll make them more relevant. But the argument against is that, most people would rather go find the wide receiver 3 that's going to pop off any given week instead of finding the kicker that's going to pop off any given week. I mean, that's not, it's about what's more fun for you. And it's really a personal preference, I feel.
It's crazy, Keith, how polarizing the kicker debate is, the kickers in fantasy debate. So I have a long-standing redraft league that I commission. Shout out BBHJ. And I have some buddies in that league that if I took away the kicker, it would crush their soul. So the kicker remains, but this new Superflex Dynasty League on Sleeper, me and my buddies started. There are no kickers and no defenses, and some of like my most degen boys, we're just rejoicing to not have to deal with that crap anymore. But yeah, people enjoy it, so I'll keep rolling it out there for the people.
There you go.
But I won't be taking one here. So
DJ Chark was somebody I was looking at also, so that he goes to Coles at 15-3.
I have Shark in so many best ball leagues because there's a lot of uncertainty as how it's going to shake out in Carolina, and he's really talented. So
yeah,
I like that pick there. It's a great last pick.
The Ravens and Dolphins come off. McBride comes off to Sean Ryder. Is that his TD3 tight end 3? I hope so. No, it's just tight end 2. He went tight end because
I love it. I love how committed he was to the late tight end. What a late tight end sicko. And I'm over here drafting Evan Ingram in the 805. I'm going to cry about that later. I'm going to cry. Okay, here we go. Took Zay Jones. That was my target. No big deal. I already have another veteran running wide receiver in Boyd. So let's get super random. Let's see. Is he still there? No, someone took Spears. I haven't been paying great attention. Yeah, so there's one player that I think, based on camp reports and how it shakes out over in Denver, and the fact that the very first pick of the new regime in Denver, they traded up for Marvin Mims. So I like him again as a last pick. Yeah. See how it shakes out in camp, and then I will go ahead and I will pick up a kicker and a defense with great matchups in week 1, and I will smash you people who invested early in defense. So
let me talk a little bit about a couple of undrafted guys I'm going to snag here, because it's the last 3 picks of the draft. I got the third to last pick here. I mean, this is a guy you're probably dropping in any league anyways, but I'm going to draft. We'll see what my brother does here. Probably won't draft my guy, but I guess I should be quiet just for another 20 seconds. There's very little chance he'll draft him, but we'll see.
I'm super excited to see who this is. I'm so happy that you didn't draft kicker and receiver.
Oh no, the kicker or defense, yeah.
Yeah, I'm tired when I say receiver.
Oh, not that one. That's not what I want. Likely, that's it. So I'm gonna take him just to back up my Mark Andrews play there. If Mark Andrews does get hurt, it also makes Laporta kind of expendable. So if I want to get rid of him, if he doesn't pop off,
I love it. I love it, man.
I think he can do some 2 tight end stuff in Baltimore as well. So
that Superflex dynasty startup I referenced a few times, I took Andrews at the 503, and I was able to get Likely at the 2303, and I sleep better at night because of that.
Yeah, I've got him handcuffed in my dynasty auction league as well. Just think it's a smart thing to do. So I'm going to go ahead and snag him here in this theoretical draft, and then this last one we'll let go. Looks like Trey Lance came off, but so I have no second QB. So I did want to mention this guy, and you guys get a little free content here from the draft guide. I didn't do the giveaway. Oh my gosh, we were a giveaway this whole time. Hey guys,
well, if you stay till the end,
you stay, please go give us. Here's what we'll do. We're gonna go put this giveaway tweet out here now. And I'm sorry about that, guys. I totally spaced our little giveaway there. But there is a giveaway tweet going out now. Go ahead and retweet that.
Yeah.
Giveaway tweet right here. Exclamation point. Okay, so let me talk about. But go ahead and retweet that, guys, if you want a chance to win a free draft guide for the year, which is going to be absolutely fantastic because obviously there's such good stuff in there. But let me go ahead and mention one more guy here for the QBs. I've only got one QB. Obviously, I've got Jared Goff. A couple other QBs that I'm looking at, but one guy I do want to mention here that's definitely going to go undrafted. He went undrafted here. I was curious to see if that would happen. But Desmond Ridder of the Atlanta Falcons, I am actually thinking he's going to be my 5th ranked sleeper QB. I have him slated in as a ceiling QB 18. Obviously, that's an optimistic ceiling. I don't know if he's going to hit that. As a floor, it's a QB 27. His ADP on sleeper is 224.3, 205.3 on underdog, 194 on fantasy pros. So he's going undrafted everywhere. But 25th ranked defense, 5th ranked O-line. Last season, they only had one game where they won by 2 or more touchdowns, and they rushed the ball more as a result. So obviously playing through the air quite a lot there. He's got Bijan Robinson on his team to, hopefully they stack box against Bijan, and that opens some things up there for Ridder. And then they've got Kyle Pitts, which we've been talking about, obviously Jamie at the tight end spot, which a lot of people are, never again bros, but he does have some skill there and could be a nice target for him. And then Drake London, who's our wide receiver 23 also. And again, this is more of like a crap option, but DraftKings does have that 2,600.5 total yards for passing and 15.5 touchdowns. And if he hits that, that's going to put him right in that mix of the 18 to 20 QB range. So serviceable QB. I'm not like super excited about it. I'll probably be losing in that position in most matchups. But as a QB2 on a team that's got Jared Goff, I feel like it's okay. It's not bad.
I got to be honest. I just pulled up my best ball exposures on Underdog, and he is tied for first. I have 16% exposure to him, grabbing him late. When I get a top 3 to 5 QB, I'll take him as a second QB if he correlates, or in builds where I feel like I need a third QB. So definitely not someone to draft, but someone to keep an eye on for all the reasons Keith mentioned. If we see the offense rising, then he needs to at least be serviceable.
Yeah, absolutely. And guys, do go tweet that giveaway tweet, guys. That giveaway tweet I just tweeted out. Go tweet it, and we'll pick a winner from that. If you guys don't already have the draft guide, we'll give you access to it. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Obviously, my tweeter right here is Ethos Keith, and obviously Jamie's down there. He's quantum physics. Love that guy. He does some great work. He does NFL and NBA content for us. But just an overall smart sports guy. I appreciate you coming on with us, Jamie. Any imparting knowledge or wisdom you want to impart upon our YouTube watchers before we leave here?
I would say just keep getting reps. If you tuned in today and it was your first exposure to kind of redraft for the summer, it means you're a little early, but you want to be. So keep coming back. I think the $4 a month is it's ridiculous. Like, get in here, join us. You can chop it up with us and just stay plugged in so you can get an advantage.
Absolutely. So go follow us on Twitter, guys. Go follow at SportsEthos, at Ethos Fantasy FB. At Ethos Fantasy FB is the Twitter handle also. But we'll be by with you guys next time. Appreciate you all for joining us.
All right. Have a great weekend, y'all. We'll see you next time. Peace.